We're live. Listen, I'm excited to see y'all. Welcome to my channel. I am your host, Pamela Denise, and today is hold on. Is today 18 or 19? I'm sorry. Today is day 18. I thought so. Today is day 18. Welcome to day 18 of the assignment. 365 live is the assignment. I saw something on my face. Thank you for joining. I am here to document my journey, 365 days, because God called me out of one career into the thing that He created me to do, and that was to speak life and shine light. And anything that you do, you get better at. Practice makes precise. So this is why He called me here, because we have come to a place that I need to be before the people. So thank you for joining me. I'm gonna share my day. Guess how I started my day. If you've been here before, you probably know. I started with water. I woke up about 5:45 this morning. This later than normal, but I noticed that I'm acclimating to some things, so I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. I'm documenting. I'm not tripping. I'm documenting. So and I sought the Lord. I started with water, okra water, and I sought the Lord today because I started years ago when I first created the space to meet God every day. Over time, I added His Word. I started with the devotional, then Proverbs. I was going through some things with my son. This is about 2017. I don't want to get a date because I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure of the date. But me and my son was having we hit a rough patch, and in hitting that rough patch, I told God I needed wisdom. I need wisdom to deal with this young man. And so somebody had put a challenge out on Facebook. I feel like I could be better. I feel like I could be better. I feel like I could take my time and be better. Is this better? I feel like it's better. But I needed wisdom. So somebody had put a challenge out on social media. I'm pretty sure it was Facebook. It was like a Proverbs 31 challenge. It was October, whatever year it was October. They're like beginning, it was end of September, beginning October. For every day, read a chapter of Proverbs a day. And I was like October 1st, Proverbs 1, October 2nd, Proverbs 2 throughout the month. And so by the end of the month, you've been read the whole book of Proverbs. So I'm like, well, Proverbs is the book of wisdom. I knew that. And so I would take other challenges. So I took the challenge, and I have read Proverbs ever since then. I don't even remember why I shared that, but anyway, so I'm reading, and maybe it'll come back to. So I'm reading. Oh, framework. That's why framework is important. So I added Proverbs. And then I started reading New Testament because I wanted to read the entire Bible. So New Testament and then Old Testament. So I have like a compilation of stuff that I do in the morning, and so I would skip over like the beginning. Like they have like in my Bible, I got a good study Bible. They would have like a like the reasoning behind the history behind the book, So I'm reading book. I'm getting ready to read Luke. They have like who wrote it, the date, the purpose, and different things about it. So I read that, and that was really good, like because it gives you a lot of commentary and understanding. And Luke was a physician; he was a doctor. He was really, really smart, and so he wanted to give an excellent account. He wanted to make sure that they didn't leave nothing out. He wanted to give a most excellent account. This is how he starts off. So that's what I read this morning. I went for a quick bike ride today. And it was really quick. And I say that because normally I just say I'm going for a bike ride, but it was quick because I had a meeting with one of my team members. I have an event coming up August 10th called Position for Purpose, and things are coming together. I had a meeting with one of my team members about it, and it went well. She's very valuable in her field. She's a naturopath, and I'm really looking forward to this because we're going to give some women a lot of good, solid information. And it's going to be a very elegant event, like shades of royalty. We're going to talk about who we are and why we're here, and walk in it, because I know that women have a lot of influence. I was talking to an associate of mine earlier today, and I invited her to the event, and she was like, "Yeah, maybe I'll bring my guy, her male friend." I said, well, "It's just for women." I speak to women because I know the influence and the power that we have. And if we use our power and our wisdom for good, then we can really make the world a better place. I just believe that. And so I help women get in alignment with themselves, in agreement with themselves. Because if you're in agreement with yourself, then you're not gonna let nobody else to have you out of agreement. You have a standard for yourself. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be a really good event. I'm looking forward to that. But I had a meeting today with one of my team members about the event, and we came up with some really good ideas for the ladies. So I'm thankful for that. What else? I'm working on, and I definitely want to share this. I'm working on a funnel for for my product. Start with water, the product that I created. In this social media era that we live in, like, there's a way, there's rules for the social media marketing area, and I get it. I get it. I've been in real estate for 27 years, and I so this is a whole new arena, but you can't miss. Like well, if you do, you just got to keep doing it until you figure it out. But there's so many effective marketing tools, and funnels is one way. And I've been working on a funnel for the past week, and we're about done. Like, I just had to add the payment information today, and so it's a marketing tool that I'm going to be using that tells the story of how Start with Water came to be, how I was tired of being faith-ish. And I've never used this word before. This is the first time I'm using it. Faith-ish. You know the show Blackish. I was tired of being faith-ish, like kind like having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. That's what I speak Bible. I'm way more comfortable speaking Bible, but I was tired of having no power. I was tired of having no power. Like we believe that God is real and He's big. He's all these places, and we quote all these scriptures to make us feel good, but then there's no action behind it. And I was over that part. And so the funnel tells the story about how the product came to, well, not the product, how the system, me actually sitting with God for 5 minutes a day. It tells the story. It's a good marketing tool. And so um I'm excited about it. I'm proud of it. It looks really good, very professionally done, and the information, my messaging is good, and so that's what I'm thankful for. That the messaging, because I'm trying to get a message across, and I have been like struggling with it. Like I knew what it did for me, but like Star Water was not a business that I had intended on creating. Like, I've been self-employed since I was 20 years old, but I planned to do those. I planned to become a nail technician, like I was doing. I planned to become a real estate broker. Like, I planned those things. I saw travel for a while. I planned to do that, but I didn't plan on creating I didn't plan on speaking necessarily. Speaking is not the thing. Online it is, and then the messages, because I know that my story, all of it, whatever I'm led to share, whenever I'm led to share it, is going to be for somebody to overcome. I overcame, and they can overcome. But I, as a professional, like, my truth is, I need to be more concise. Like it's one thing to be able to go, like, in any given moment when I'm speaking with someone, I'm able to speak concisely, or it flows. And I know that's the power of the Holy Spirit. But in professional settings, when people call me out to speak to certain things, I want to make sure that I have certain my stories intact. And so I've been working on being really concise with that. And it really is one of the main reasons I'm here, on this platform, because practice makes precise. And I am called, because I told God years ago, I said, whatever you do for me, I'm gonna tell everybody. Like, I'm gonna tell everybody. I wasn't thinking of it as giving him the glory. I was just like, if you do something for me, I'll tell it. Like, I'll tell it. You can trust me. You can trust me with the stuff. And so when me and my ex-husband, we were getting ready to when we were separating, I remember having a conversation and him telling me that I was too much. And I knew in my mind that I only wanted to be more because I was just really establishing a real relationship with God. So I knew there was more. And I also knew that either this was going to be, we had made it to the bottom and now we're like here ministry, or it was just going to be a whole second chance of life. And I knew my life was going to look completely different because I knew that I was holding back on some things because I had a partner to consider. And I knew that alone, any sacrifice that needed to be made, I was going to be willing to make it. Sometimes when you're in a partnership or a relationship, a marriage, it was really, yeah, when you're in a relationship and a marriage, you have to consider other people before you make these decisions. So I knew that if this relationship was ending, I was going balls to the wall. I ain't gonna hold you. I knew I was willing to do anything. And the truth is, I have done. I have been willing to. I have made some huge sacrifices, and I am thankful. I am thankful because it has made me a different person. Uh, to me, what I value is different. What I value is different now because I've had I've had an amazing life. I have an amazing life, and so yeah. So I'm thankful. There was more. I'm gonna have to do better with my framework. I'm gonna have to pay more attention. But um so I'm telling those stories, and and I know that they're there to help somebody. And so since I told thank you Holy Ghost. Since I told God that I would share, I know that when I asked him in 2021, I asked him, why am I here? Why am I here? I created the space for him. I was showing up every day. Our relationship was becoming more solid. Like I'm hearing a little bit. Like I know that I'm being led. I know that I walk. I know that our walk is real. Like we're walking together. We're talking together. And then I thought to ask specifically because I'm a Bible reader, and I read in Ephesians 2:10, for we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which he beforehand preordained that we should walk in them. That means that there are some works that he created us to do. There's some stuff that he made us just like we are. Our personality, our character traits, our quirkiness, all of our unique attributes. Those are what we're going to use, what he's going to use to make us and to allow us to do certain things in the earth realm. And I love that because most of the times we struggle with our identity and quirky things about us because for a lot of reasons, it's just what happens. But those are the things that God wants to take uniquely and use them. You get enjoyment out of it because it's who you are. He gets the glory out of it. Like it's amazing how he works those things out. So this is why I'm here. I'm here to be more concise in my messaging and at a whim because again it is natural and it is a gift, but as a profession, I know I needed to be sharper in some areas. So I'm here to do it. I think I just gave myself a round of applause. I didn't mean to, but that's what happened. Um, so this I plan on doing so much more today. I really did. I have a list of things I have to do within these 6 days, but I got some big things out of the way, and I'm helping my son. My son is getting a tenant in his unit, and so my background is in real estate. I helped him procure the tenant, and she's getting ready to move in, and I'm thankful. But it has not been without some hiccups. But I was telling him today that the hiccups are what make you. Like in tough times are opportunities to grow. When you encounter challenges, you come up against some things. That's when you get sharpened. That's when you grow in challenging times, not in easy times, in challenging times. So that's what I was telling him, and he cool with it. Everything that needs to be done, he's doing it. So I live in a decent area, and a curb appeal is really really important. And my grass has just been crazy and it's wild because at one time I had the best grass on the block. Well, it wasn't because of my doing for sure, because now it literally may be the worst. I said, I do not want to be the worst grass on the block, but here we are. And I got somebody. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead, because here's the thing: my money look crazy right now. Like my money look crazy right now. But it is everything that it's supposed to be, because I hear people being in this walk with God. I hear people say, I had a close friend of mine say, Pam, I need a job, and I need a check. I need to guaranteed I'm gonna give me a check, and I need insurance. I need those things. And in this past season, because people sing the song, long as I got King Jesus, long as I got King, like people say, if I have you, I have everything. People sing those songs. You're in church and that happens. But I'm gonna tell you, being in the season where he's all you got, you realize he's all you need. That is real talk. I can say this because I'm coming out of a season. Like you don't get to the promise without going through the wilderness. I'm coming out of a season where I didn't have little money. I had no money, but my needs were always met. It's amazing. It's what God does, and there will be real close. And when I say that, this is my channel, full transparency. That means some stuff didn't get paid, but the lights never got cut off. You understand what I'm saying? Like some things did not get paid, but my needs were met. I remember sitting I remember sitting with God one day. I'm reading the Word every morning. I seek the Lord every day, and it was somewhere in the New Testament, Philippians or somewhere around there. But it talked about, don't concern yourself with the basic principles of this world. I'm gonna actually put it I'm gonna put it in the description since I talked about it. But don't be concerned with the basic principles of this world. And then I was like, do you just call this world basic? Because I was concerned. I was concerned because my credit, which is really, really good, was taking a hit. It's about to take a hit. And I saw it coming, and I was like, concerned. But I'm sitting here. This is why I seek the Lord, because this word is alive. And I was reading, he said, don't be concerned with the basic principles of this world. And I said, you call this world basic? And then and I'm listening, and I'm reading, and I'm thinking about what I got going on, and I'm trying to absorb the words that I'm reading and allow it to be medicine and healing to my mind and my soul, because I know what's going on. But you're saying, don't be concerned about something specific. And I read 3, 4 verses later, he called it basic again. He said, do not, again, he reiterated the same thing. Do not be concerned with the basic principles of this world. Credit, money even, is a basic principle of this world. I learned in COVID what real value was. Like most of us should have, but a couple years later, we were back to business as usual. I learned in COVID that real value is your spiritual health, it's your mental health, and it is your physical health. That's what value is. Because when we couldn't go outside and the world was on lockdown, people were concerned about where their soul was going. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on for 1 second. People were concerned about where their soul was going. That's all they were concerned about. And then they were concerned about like if they died, because you go outside, you can catch the COVID. Like people were dying in record numbers, right? So people were concerned about that. Their physical health, they would lose. People were stir crazy. cabin fever, Netflixing all day, like losing their mind. That's why when the world opened back up, they were ready to bust back out on the scenes. They didn't care about COVID or any of those other things. But we have gotten back to just being out here and not being as concerned about our spiritual health, our mental health, and our physical health. And I can't go back to that. It's why I'm here. I keep digressing. Y'all work with me, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Stay with me. Okay. So I became a Bible reader then. Oh no, the word, the basic principles of this world. Don't be concerned about the basic principles of this world. So I my grass was looking crazy, and I had called a guy today to I called someone today to treat the weeds, and my ex-husband ended up getting somebody to do it because him and my son had a conversation about it. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful for the relationship that we've been able to maintain, the integrity of it, because we were both really good people. But I know for certain I wouldn't be doing what I am right now had we been together. And I wanted this more than anything. So, um, but what's interesting is because we maintained a good friendship, there was some processing that I needed to do today, because my mind would say, well, Pam, he really is a good guy, right? That ain't never been a question. Good and compatible or aligned are different. Like like equally yoked. My sister called it that. She said she mentioned being equally yoked, and that is aligned to me. Do we have the same foundational core thought process, spiritually, mentally, to me? Because the physical is the least, and if your mind is right, then you're gonna do what you're supposed to do for your body. So I had to process some things, like, because we romanticize stuff, and this wasn't about romanticizing. This wasn't about getting together. It was just a processing. But I'm thankful for the ability to process, because thoughts come, feelings come, but I walk by faith in what I know to be walk by faith in what I know to be true. And let me see. I had to have a conversation with myself. I sure did. I said that. I realized this too. In this past season of my life, I have been inside, gladly inside. I've been in the house, and I go out when I have assignments to do and there's work to be done. But and as of late, a couple weeks, I went skating. But I realized that, because in my mind, I would tell myself I don't have time for a lot of things, and a lot of things I don't have time for. That's very true. But I've reconnected with my sister when I say that my mom and daddy made some dope human beings. My mom and daddy, they made some dope human beings. I'm gonna just pause for a minute for my sibling shout out. But my point is, because I keep digressing, my point is, we make time for what we want to make time for. I have a very very busy schedule, full, not busy, a very full schedule. There's a lot of things that I'm doing, and a lot of that is thinking. And thinking to me takes it's a lot of it's time very well spent, but it requires more. And I would say, like, I don't talk to people on the phone because I have a full day. I have stuff that I be doing, but I have talked to my sister so much lately, and it just fits. And then when I gotta go, or she gotta go, then we get off the phone, because she's got a very full schedule too. She's got a very full schedule too. So it just goes to show that you make time. I learned that in a very real way. I always knew that you make time for what you want to make time for. But in this season of my life, like, I wonder how that would be like with somebody entering my life. So yeah. And it's been great. It's been great. We talk a lot, and I just be like, how, Sway? But we do it. We figure out a way, and I love it. I love it for us. Eating. I did not eat much today. Um, did I mention that? I know I was talking about the wilderness. I didn't eat much today. I started out with overnight oats because when I did a raw cleanse. I did a raw cleanse about a month ago. And in the raw cleanse, I was trying to figure out different meal choices. And overnight oats was one of them. I would do overnight oats for breakfast, and I did a lot of juice, and I did a lot of salads. That was the core, the crux of what I ate during that raw cleanse. And I haven't really strayed much from it. I have not strayed much from it. Um, but I've added sweet potatoes. So I had overnight oats this morning for breakfast. I had food to make a salad, like all the fixings to make a salad, just sweet potatoes and stuff. I eat like that's what I eat. But I ate sweet potatoes like this afternoon. Then I just drank juice. I made watermelon juice and kombucha. But I'm a little bit hungry. It's 9:58, and I gotta go water my grass. Like I said to say, they took care of my grass today, and so it looks much better. But there is some weed treatment. That's how that started. There's some weed treatment that I have to put on there if I don't want to looking crazy. But I was a little hungry, and I'm thinking about because I did put a salad together. But this past season of my life, I learned to fast. I learned to fast really to discipline my flesh. There were days that I didn't really have much to eat. Um, I said a little while ago, not little money, no money. I didn't have. I have food. Let me just say it. I have food. I have food, just very little. And I would call those days fast days because I wasn't starving. I wasn't starving at all. I was accustomed to eating more, but I was always trying to lose extra weight too. But so I feel like in that season, I got really, really disciplined. I cannot eat. I can literally survive off salads and juice and juice if I have to, water. Like, and I don't do store bought juice. But I'm thankful for that. Like, I'm thankful that I'm not a slave to anything. Mm, to anything. And I'm thankful for that. So, um, I almost welcomed you all. I'm gonna go and say it because I can't get it out of my head. I was talking to my sister before I got on on this, and she's like, "Oh, you getting ready to do your speech? You ready to do your speech? I know you over there on the YouTube." And she said, when she said speech, it made me think about I used to have an Easter speech. We welcome you once, we welcome you twice, we welcome you in the name of Jesus Christ. That was my speech. This is backwards. That was my speech. But thank you. Thank you for joining. I want to share with you all, actually, how long I've been here. Some music. I just put, when I got off the phone with my sister, I cut some music on just to get my mind ready for y'all. There, and the playlist, the music that I was listening to is so inspiring. When I say I have the dopest playlist, and the playlist that I was listening to tonight is for my event position for purpose, because music is everything. Music sets the tone for everything. So I was listening to some of the songs. When I tell you the pressure, I was listening to the Pressure Tube. Remember the Pressure Tube from Sounds of Blackness? The slow version. At any rate, I had planned. I said I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna cut my headphones on, and I'm gonna listen to the music, and I'm gonna sing. And I'm gonna sing because YouTube don't play about copyright. But I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go water my grass because somebody was nice enough to care for it. It was looking crazy. So I'm going to water my grass and possibly eat a salad, but that's not really likely. Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same, peace be multiplied. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. There's about 17 people here consistently. Thank you. Like, please, comment. I like to know what you think. Until tomorrow, peace be multiplied.